Alrighty, this is going to be take 2 on the tubes. As you can see, I got my new replacement tubes in. This time I went ahead and bought all 4. 2 of them I got a good deal on, so I bought 2 of them. And let's see what happens. Let me go ahead and open these up, get the tube tester set up, and then we'll test them out and see if we are any better. Okay, the first tube up here is the 12A6. Now this is one that I actually bought 2 of, and if you remember last go around, this one, the original one went bad. When I originally tested it, it was fine, and so I didn't purchase another one. However, this time, last go around, it went bad. So I got 2 new ones just in case. Got the machine all set up, ready to go. Have it in full view there so you can see it. And we can see the meter just fine. So let's go ahead and power this on. Give it a few seconds to warm up. Okay, that's probably pretty good. We're going to check it for leakage. Now this should only illuminate up when the switch is on number 7. Otherwise, we have a problem if not. Okay, so there's 7 and we have the leakage, or the light as predicted. Alright, so that looked just fine. So now we're going to go ahead and switch it over, see how strong the tube is. Well, not as good as I'd hoped. Okay, I went ahead and swapped out to the other purchased tube, and we're going to run the test on this one and see how good this one turns out to be. Now, just a side note, I've never serviced this meter, so I don't know how accurate it is. So that'll be a future project. You know, these tubes may be just fine, and I could have faulty components on the inside. So whichever one of these 2 are the best is the one I'll run with. So we got it warmed up, and let's go ahead and run through this one. There's our predicted light. Alright, so that looked fine. Let's go ahead and see how strong this one is. A little better. In the book, they've got this marked down as the beam power output for this tube. Okay, I just put in the old tube, the one that we're going to replace, and let's run through that. So here we're checking for leakage, and that's our predicted number. So that looked fine. And that one, as you see, is weak. And that's the reason why I replaced it. For some reason I thought that one stopped working. But either way, it's a lot weaker than the other 2 were showing. So we'll replace this one. Okay, so the next tube up is a VT153, which is the same as the 12C8. And for the 12C8, they've got it being used as the amplifier and watt meter rectifier. So if I remember right, this is the one that went bad. I was thinking of the wrong one. This one I did replace by new, but I think it was, I don't remember. I'll have to watch my video to tell you the truth. that came out horrible. Now, in my book, they've got it marked 3 different sections to try. First one we're going to try here is off of the terminal cap. And take this little dude and put him on there. Machine's all set up otherwise. And let's turn it on. Give it a few seconds to warm up. And on this one, number 7 should illuminate the light, otherwise de nada. Okay, so we have illumination on 7. And nothing else, okay. And let's go ahead and check it for strength. Well, I guess I'm going to have to service this. I mean, all the tubes can't be bad, can they? Alright, got it set up for the next section. And again, only spot that should illuminate is on number 7. Let's go ahead and turn that on. And let's wing this and see what happens. Okay, illumination. And now let's go ahead and check it for how strong it is. Oh gosh. And then the last test. Same thing, number 7. I forgot to clean my switch. So maybe part of the problem is in the device itself, and maybe the tubes are fine. So here I put the last one I purchased into here to check the reading, and we're on the same last setting. Let's switch it over. A little weaker than the last one, but not by much. Okay, so the next tube we got up here is a 6X5 GT. This one's dated August 1952. And this is being used as a full wave rectifier. Okay, got the machine set up. We'll go ahead and turn this on. Let me adjust my light so we could see the element and glow when it comes on. You can still see the meter just fine. And I do have glow. You can see down here. Now on this one, the light should illuminate at number 7. And it does. Okay, now let's see if we get lucky with this one. I'm going to say my machine needs to be serviced. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to run with that one just the same as well. Okay, next up, have a 12 SH7, and I bought 2 of these. And so let's see how good this one is. Now this is being used as a high gain pentoid amplifier, and it's 2-stage, so we'll check both sides. Turn that one on, machine set up, and we should have number 7 to show leakage, or the leakage light should illuminate at number 7, which it does. Okay, and now let's see how good this one is. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, I was incorrect when I said it was 2 stages. I misread the book, or I wasn't seeing clearly. Either way, an error on that. So that's it. Those are the tubes, and that's what we will run with, is that batch there. Let me get this out of the way, bring in the Heathkit, plug it in, and let's see what happens. Okay, got it all populated with the new tubes, and let's go ahead and spin this around. Well, actually, let's leave it like that, and we'll plug it in, and just in case something explodes, we can capture that on film. Plug this into my variable isolator. Let's see here. And that is powered off. Let's go ahead and turn on the isolator. Okay, we have full 120 volts at it. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Everything looks good. We got glow coming out of that tube. My X-ray vision's broken, so I can't tell about those tubes. Let's go ahead and spin this around. Now, if I remember right, we didn't have much gain, and the eye tube stopped working. We're going to plug in a sine wave of 200 hertz. I am hearing noise coming out of the speaker. Well, I think that's better than what it was. I'm pretty confident that's better than what it was. I do have a short somewhere though. Yeah, it's not me touching it, grounding it out. my switches, I think. My tube is not responding, so I don't think I got it all fixed. Let me check my voltage coming out of that. Wow, 161 volts DC coming out of that port. So it's a good thing I did not hook that up like I started to. So when this is set to trace on the audio, I'm getting 1.5 volts AC coming out of there. .110 volts out of there. So that's not switch dependent. It's hot always. I do believe that this is correct when I put it on noise, that yes, I'm supposed to get that kind of voltage out of there. So yeah, that's correct. So I do believe now I should be safe enough to plug this in. And I do hear. We are pulling signal from my NE6 or N6E ZJ audio amplifier we've seen in a few videos ago. So I am getting sound, but this is cranked all the way, well, my audio generator's up pretty much all the way. I'd almost think that this would be a lot louder. But I can, like I said, have switch issues. Poking around in this to try to find out the noise and just double checking my work, with a pair of tweezers. All my connections are solid. Everything that I did is solid. And cause of no noise. Oh, I'm not seeing what I'm picking on. But anyway, everything's solid, no noise. However, this resistor right here I found is, I know you probably can't see it in where you're at, and I can't get it in the camera very well, but that is loose. Not budging, but you see how loose that is. Now this is on the back of the eye tube. I don't know honestly if this is the cause of why the tube is no longer deflecting like it should and like it did before I fixed it. And so we'll have to see about that. Now as far as the source of the noise, staticky, crashy noise and intermittence that I was able to come across, I do believe that my issue is in the switch. So we're going to need to tear that apart and find out what's going on with that. Okay, I know you can't see it complete in this angle because the tube's in the way, so I had to position the camera where you could see where I'm referencing. This solid bus wire that goes from the switch down, goes through this the standoff, and then it goes to the ground. I'm sorry, not the ground. It goes into the positive of this coax cable, which in return goes to the cap of this. And then we also have the bus wire here that goes from ground through this switch hole down to this resistor, which is also goes to ground, and then it also goes to ground of this shield on this coax wire here. In the book, they said to leave that wire floating. They don't want it soldered down. And so it's not. However, I notice if I wiggle this one, it changes the audio. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Hear that? In case you're wondering what tone I'm at, I'm at 200 hertz. A little more soothing on the ears. So everything else that I've done is solid. So now, I need to figure this out. I think in the interim, I'll have to tear these switches out, tear them apart, and see if the traces could be cleaned any better than what they are, or you know, with spray shooting down the hole. And if these switches are shot, then I'm going to have to come up with another plan.